It's said that the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. The second best time to plant a tree is today.
Well, we need to look at trees as an investment. They provide so many benefits to a community. I think they're the hardest working trees we have are our community trees. And the benefits they provide in cleaning our air and water, conserving energy, helping manage our stormwater, and increasing our property values are just some of the values that these trees are going to provide. It's time to get to work and plant some trees.
Today we're doing a volunteer tree planting for Earth Day. This is the culmination of a year-long process to do fundraising, planning, and organizing of 65 volunteers.
Doing these trees, today, as we develop this area into what we consider to be our gathering area, Broomfield, is wonderful.
The project is called Trees for a Healthy Community and Economy. We're greening up the area between the Mamie Dowd Eisenhower Library and the new North Metro Fire Rescue District Administration Building.
This is the most important thing you do in a tree's life, is getting in the ground. I demonstrated how to plant a tree. It's important to get the tree in the ground at the right height. If you don't plant the tree properly and get it off on the right foot, then its chances of survival are less. The roots here look pretty good, but when you have containerized trees, they tend to grow in a circle, and believe it or not, once a root grows in a circle, it grows in a circle forever.
We're going to plant 40-some trees here today in conjunction with the Institute for Environmental Solutions, and just part of making Broomfield a better place to live, with shade and trees. So it's all exciting. Look, there's going to be 60 volunteers here today. Once again, just a great day and a great spring morning.
With some of these trees, at the nursery, they re-burlapped them, but the basket's underneath. So take the burlap off first.
We're hoping that by planting these trees that it will help draw citizens into this area as it emerges as a commercial shopping area.
Let's go over and see if these guys need some help. We broke up into several different teams, and a lot of Broomfield staff went out and helped our volunteers plant the trees and made sure that they did get in the ground properly.
Well, this is neat to see the community come together like this. I think it's a unique city, and it has growing parts and it has the old town parts that are trying to be redeveloped like this, and I think it's going to come together real nice into a city center here, and the trees are going to be a big part of that in the future.
It's better to plant a tree high in Colorado than low.
Why is that?
Because of our heavy clay soils.
What we're really happy about is that there's so much collaboration on this project. The first two organizations to get together was our Institute for Environmental Solutions and the City and County of Broomfield. City and County of Broomfield is very proactive in terms of protecting and enhancing the environment. We started to reach out to other organizations, and the first new organization to join us was the North Metro Fire Rescue District because their headquarters is nearby.
We have a lot of our people here today, so I want to thank them especially for coming out. And and we're really looking forward to what happens on this piece of property.
In addition, we have actually more volunteers than we need. So many people were interested in coming. Children, families, business people, just people from all areas of the community are here for tree planting.
Well, I really feel that one of my jobs as city forester is to educate people about trees, because I think everybody takes them for granted. It's a good opportunity to get some hands-on education with the residents of Broomfield and show them here how to properly plant a tree. And then I just generally enjoy getting out and talking to people about trees and just all the things that can happen to them or about them. Basically, this is going to be an easy tree to plant. Community tree plantings like this are just a good way for the community to come together, people that don't know each other to meet and work towards a common goal. Thanks for having me. I know I spoke to you last fall, about trees, so we're going to talk a little more about trees and talk about Arbor Day.
This is the Arbor Day celebration at Aspen Creek Elementary, and I'm here to present Broomfield its 23rd Tree City USA Award as well. Congratulations, City of Broomfield and Tom, and we'll open this flag up and present the Tree City Award to you.
The Tree City USA Award shows that Broomfield has the resources and the manpower to properly take care of our urban forests and make sure, to the best of our ability, that it's healthy and strong.
Nice work. Good job. You guys might be arborists someday. It's a great privilege and honor in that we get to go around the state and see our tree cities this time of the year and award things. And it's an extra special honor for me, being a Broomfield resident, to do this in my hometown.
We planted a blue spruce, and we also, as part of the festivities, we talked a little bit about Arbor Day and why we have Arbor Day. Put a little soil in around the trees. Okay, simple, but we want 2 lines. Just a few of you coming out on each side of the pile of soil there. Just take a shovelful. At the end of every program, we have them help us out. The best way to have them help us out is let them put the soil back in around the hole. That way they can just help us out and get a feel for being part of the tree planting project.
It's really great that we get the kids to participate in this. They have a great time right before Earth Day, for Arbor Day. I think this is a great experience for them. Look forward to do it again next year. We'll get a different type of tree.
It'll grow a little bit each year, but then when you know it's established, it'll probably grow about 6 inches or more.
Oh, cool.
Well, for starts, every fall at this school, the last couple of years, I have met with them at Northmore Park, and we've talked about just tree biology. And then this brings it forward that they learn something about trees and why we plant them and what they do to enhance our lives. We're at Interlochen East Park, where we have a group of some of the older cottonwoods in Broomfield. A tree comes out small. When it's young, it really poses no risk to the people and the users of a park. As a tree matures and grows, it becomes bigger, and then it may develop some hollows or some decayed branches that may cause the tree to have a branch drop off in some of our high winds or even fall over in our high winds. The citizens should just be aware that one of my jobs as city forester is to monitor these trees and watch them yearly. I come by and visit them a couple times a year to make sure they look healthy and that they aren't going to fail. And unfortunately, every tree dies for one reason or the other. Some die because of transference shock or get damaged in a storm. Unfortunately, just like people, we all grow old, and it's all part of the cycle of life, and eventually they will die and they have to be removed. And we want to remove them before they actually hurt anybody or damage property. And just so you know, we're going to be planting over probably 450 trees this year in Broomfield. Having a program called Let's Talk Trees. We're going to be covering several topics with it. I've planted at least 30 feet away from the sidewalk if you're trying to plan for its maturity, because they really do get 40 feet wide. Going to cover why we should take care of trees or care for trees. Then just talk about some trees that I think will do well in dry conditions. If you see it coming, and don't think all of a sudden one day you walk out of your front door and all of a sudden that tree branch hits you in the face. Don't go to that point. You can start pruning it and keeping them back. Keep learning more and more about trees, and I want to relay that information to people. Anything you want, we can pretty much take care of you if you just give us a call. This is an English oak. Walking up to it, I already looked at it once when we came in. I'm trying to decide what to do to get it going. We just completed a pruning class where I was teaching the students proper pruning techniques and why we prune trees. And then we came outside here and did some hands-on class work and pruning so they could actually see what we were talking about in the lecture and understand some of the techniques we were trying to teach. Surveying the whole tree and deciding what I want to do. All the trees here in Colorado that we have around us, we've planted. If we planted them, we need to take on the responsibility of taking care of them. And so that means we need to not only water and fertilize them, we need to prune them. If you can prune the trees when they're young, you can avoid some of the structural problems that arise on the tree, such as included bark, codominant branches, and will allow the tree to grow healthier and stronger and probably sustain less damage when we have weather events. Anything you do to cover up and compact the soil around the roots is not good. But look at a 60-year-old tree, its roots are all over your backyard. Pruning is something that you can't teach in a classroom. You need to get out and hold a pruner or see somebody else hold a pruner, discuss which branches you take out of the tree and why. But it kind of's got a tree shape back to it. It's lifted. People can walk by without getting hit in their head with the branches. I think this shows, whether it's this class or some of the other classes that we've offered, it proves that they have an interest to try to learn more about trees and what they do for us and how to properly care for them. And this is probably one of the most enjoyable times I have all year, is when I get to teach some of the classes and get up on my stage and talk about trees and what they do for us.
A tree planting is a perfect Earth Day celebration because it helps the environment with air pollution mitigation, stormwater mitigation, and it increases the aesthetics of the area.
All these trees are an investment in the future. I'm not planting trees for me, I'm planting it for them and for their children. And that's what we're doing, is we're planting for the next generation to enhance this area, so in 10 to 15 years when these trees start to mature, they will give the shade and the beauty for the area and the community.
Well, I mean, when you plant trees and you beautify your areas, it's an investment in the future. And so, I mean, we may not get the full appreciation of the trees today, but our kids, 20 years from now, this area will look dramatically different. And that's where trees are so neat. It makes a community place you want to be, and it's wonderful.